Welcome back to Seasons. Man, I've wanted to talk about seasons. I've studied seasons. I love the analogy of winter being harsh and dark and but a period of growth, and you're not being buried, you've been planted, right? And I love the idea of tying it to the winter of life, meaning that's it. A lot of us are headed in are in our fall or winter seasons. We've been alive a lot longer than we're going to live now. And many of us are in our second two-thirds of this, or our second, or maybe in the middle. We talked about how there's a time and a purpose for everything. There is a season for everything. And most of us, when we've lived through the harsh winters, man, we've found out that we come stronger on the other side. It can be a real dark, dreary season in winter. But then we come forth budding up, like a plant and in the spring. And so today is about spring. And the spring is a beautiful time. A lot of you, if you're brand new here, this is it. This is your time to plant. You're excited. It's your time to look at everything, and you're excited about everything, and you want to learn and you want to dig in, and that's such a wonderful time of life. If we look at it in years, we think of spring as birth to 25 years old, right? A spring chicken. A lot of us will say, we've heard people say, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. We think of birth maybe to 25, then we think of the summer as 25 to 50, the fall 50 to 75, and then the winter 75 plus. And again, I've talked about winter. I've kind of talked about the different seasons, and you got all these areas of your life. You're going to keep hearing me talk more about that. Your health, your relationships, your contributions, your finances, your faith, your career, right, or your retirement. All of those things you're going to hear me talk about. And a lot of us have been through a lot of winter storms. And again, once we start to get on the well journey, it's kind of like a spring, okay? And if you're excited about headed into a new year, or you're excited about the new birth of a baby or a new career, or any of those things could be the spring. If you've planted in the fall and you learned in the winter, you protected it in the summer, if we think about a crop, okay, spring is really when you start digging in. If you look at spring and everything's budding and all the animals, the birds, everybody's in love, you've got all the beautiful foliage starting to happen coming through that hard winter time. You're planting, you're getting prepared. Spring is a beautiful time. What we do in spring, and if that's where you are in your season, just like if you're in spring of your marriage, you're in a renewal period of your marriage, or maybe you've decided to take over your finances and you're excited about learning more or investing more. Maybe you're going to start, sell your house and move to Florida, wherever it is, that maybe there's a spring for you. Maybe it is your weight loss journey. The springtime is really kind of like the highest motivation, right? You join a new program, you get a new job, you meet somebody new, you get a new grandbaby, you get a new outfit, you get a new purse, you get a new car. That's your spring. It's all new. It smells good. You can't hardly even see anything dark about it. It's just all spring. It's happy. But that is the time when you're the most motivated to make the best plans. It's so important. The spring to me, the theme of it is hope. And I have to tell you what's kept me going, probably every day of my life, is hope. Hope. What keeps me going in my weight loss journey, my health journey, my marriage, my relationships, my career, all of that, my faith, is hope. So no matter what season you are in years, whether you're a spring chicken or whether you're in the mid years, the summer years, got their 30s, 40s, 50s, you're raising kids, still got kids, or maybe you're like me, you're in your mid 50s, your kids are grown now, you got grandkids. Maybe you're starting to lose parents if your parents are getting older, and you very, 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 very become very aware of winter. You could be in the spring and your weight loss But in the winter with an aging parent and going through death or going through some of those kind of things. But the one thing that I've learned in my life now, in my mid-50s, is that time is valuable. Time is valuable. If you have energy today to make the plan, if you have energy to go the extra step, you got to do it. This is when you have to plan. This is when you have to prepare. This is when you have to know that if you're brand new and you're just starting out in 2 weeks, it's gonna be a tough time. It's gonna be, everything will hit you at one time. You get frustrated, the scale won't move. Whatever it is, you get started making progress with your husband or in some project at work, and then all of a sudden this person bails out and this person didn't do. We can always find some winter. But spring is hope, and time is valuable. And to me, the most winning idea behind spring and hope here for you is that you will grow your life past the scale. That you will grow your life past being overweight, having a little budge, saggy skin. That you will grow past the food. You're always going to want it. If you love cheese, you're going to love cheese. I love sweets. I'm always going to love sweets. I don't fight McDonald's, but I do fight chocolate-covered cherries. You already know. You know what you love, you love. You're not going to stop loving it. But what you are going to learn is when you are in the spring and you're ready to plant and you got a lot of hope and you found, that you know what works for you, and if it's tracking and walking and you're committed, you're going to stay healthy this time and you're going to keep going. We are on a journey. It is filled with ups and downs, and there is not a straight path. It is very crooked. But you can decide. You know that time is valuable. You know, if you're in your 50s or 60s or 70s, that you cannot just make this all about the scale. You got to make it about getting in the fruits, getting in the lean meats, eating more fish, a handful of walnuts, trying to make some healthier things that are very easy, planning when you go out to eat, making sure you get some form of movement in, even if you're in the winter storm, because it makes you feel better. Commit in the spring to growing. Commit to learning. Commit to planting yourself deep in the dirt, okay? If you're not planted deep, you'll blow away. You cannot go listen to one thing or one audio or a part of a Zoom or, make journal today and not tomorrow. Set intentions today and not tomorrow. No. The only thing that grows is the thing that gets planted. Spring is for planting. It's for planning. It's for understanding that sometimes there's a drought. Sometimes it's really sunny and there's not a lot of rain. Sometimes there's a tornado or a summer storm that destroys the crops in the summer. Think about this. Just because you're in the spring, it doesn't mean summer's not coming. And we all know what happens. If you're in the spring of your weight loss, you know what summer looks like. So we plan ahead. I hope you enjoy seasons. I'll see you on the next audio.